Hey guys, how's it going? It's Chris here, and today we're going to be taking a look at counter cards for the Vengeance Battle Card trading card game. So, counter cards over here are designated by their red border. You have the card name in the top. You have this symbol right here indicating that it is a counter card, and then you have the text again at the top in bold saying this is a counter, and then you have the card effect in the big box. When your fighter is targeted for an attack, mitigate damage taken by your defense times 2, then gain 1 stamina point. So, mitigate, if you need to know what that means, basically means if you're taking 100 damage, you mitigate damage, so you're subtracting from the incoming damage whatever your defense times 2 is. So if you're taking 100, let's say your defense is 20, times 2, 40, 100 minus 40 is 60, so you're only taking 60 damage. I will say it is important to note that even if you activate a counter card, if your fighter takes any damage whatsoever from that incoming attack, the attack is still considered successful. So even if you blocked it, as long as you still took damage from that card, that is successful. So counter cards, this is the back of every single card. They go face down on your field in the counter zone. You can control up to 3 at a time, and you can only activate a counter card after your turn has ended when the conditions are met. So if you're being targeted for an attack, you can flip it over after your first turn has ended when you set it. You can't set a card next turn at the beginning of your opponent's turn, flip open, I keep saying flip open, flip up a counter card and then wait for that damage to come in. It has to be activated in response to an attack, and you can only activate 1 counter card per attack instance. So you can't activate 3 counter cards to 1 attack and make the damage 0. You can only activate 1 per attack. And again, just to reiterate, you can set this during your turn, and as soon as your end phase goes and now your opponent's going, this card becomes live, and you can activate it whenever the conditions are met. To go over some quick rules, you can place as many as you have available in counter zones, but only 1 can be activated per damage instance, as we just said. Oh my god, I can't talk. I'm recording so many of these in a row. You are allowed to recall a counter card, which means remove it from the field yourself without activating any type of card effect that allows you to do so, but only while it's still face down. And if you remove that counter card from the field, it goes straight to the discard zone. You don't get to recover it. You don't get to put it back in your hand. You don't get to hot swap cards like there's no tomorrow. If you have 3 on the field and you don't have enough room and you'd rather have a different counter card on the field, you have to send 1 to the discard zone, only 1 per turn, to make room for it. Actually, I don't think I wrote that down. I'm going to add it right here to the notes, but you can only remove 1 per turn and send it away to make room for you to set that next card. You can't just remove it if you want and just make more room. You have to remove it and replace it in the same instance. All right? So thank you everybody so much for watching. That is how counter cards work. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.